One, two, check one. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all, I have a great show set up for you guys today, the day before Friday. You know I get really hyped for that, and I have a jam-packed show set up for you guys, okay? I got two breaking stories. FBI has raided Fulton County. They are trying to steal y'all's vote. And also Donald Trump says he wants to raise housing prices and cut out the people who didn't work hard enough to afford homes. In lead stories, there is a new Alex Pretti video that shows him breaking the law. But does this have anything to do with the fact that ICE unalived him? This new video was from 11 days ago. We'll talk about it. Also, we are starting a free Liam campaign, the 5-year-old boy being detained by ICE. And also, we'll give you some updates of what's going on in Minnesota. In quick news, we're going to talk Kristy Sarah Scott breaking her silence, Candance Owens, Gervonta Tank Davis, Nicki Minaj finally admits why she has turned Maga, 50 Cent and Netflix, Lauryn Hill, Bill Cosby, Sean Grayson, and happy birthday to Mama Oprah. As always, we're going to close out the show with lesson and question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TV, radio, your devices up. Come on. We're one day away from Friday. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right. Welcome to everybody who is tuning in live. Welcome. Woo! When I tell you guys I got a packed show for you guys today, we got a lot to cover. There is a lot going on. Welcome everybody who's tuning in live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and on Kick. Okay, like I said, we got a big show, a lot of stuff going on that we want to cover, okay? We are going to kick today's show off with a video that Kim just sent me. Shout out to Kim. That Kim just sent me about the FBI raiding Fulton County. And I'm going to play a couple of things for you today in lead stories. But just keep in mind, FYI, that Donald Trump's mission in almost every single thing that he does is to keep power, whether it be Minnesota, whether it be immigration, whether it be housing prices is something that I'm going to talk to you guys about, whether it is these raids, ballots. We all know that Donald Trump, since the beginning of time, has always wanted to control your vote and always wanted to control and be in power. We just told you guys a couple of days ago that he is talking about his fourth term, meaning subconsciously his third term, which is not constitutional, is already in the bag. He and Stephen Miller and his administration know something that we don't know. But there might be something here in these videos, okay? So let's jump over right away to this video. Please listen carefully.
Hi, everybody. Listen, I know you're watching the news. You're seeing a lot of stuff about this FBI raid at the Fulton County elections and registrations. I'm on the inside right now. So I just want you to be like real discerning about all that you're hearing from people who are on the outside of what's going on. I'm going to give you the truth about what's happening. So they served a warrant, the FBI, this is Trump, serving a warrant to go pick up the 2020 ballots, which are in a secure location inside of here, 700 boxes. The first warrant that they gave was incorrect legally, like they didn't follow the right procedure. They went back and they fixed it. And they came back and now they are actually collecting the boxes. They are in the chain of command in Fulton County is that once they are archived, they become the possession of the clerk of Superior Court, which is Shay Alexander. She is here and she is with them inventorying everything that they're taking. We, the commissioners, the chairman, the county attorney, are trying to figure out a legal plan as to maybe an injunction, a motion to quash. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. We're getting all kinds of legal advice to stop this because once they have the ballots, how do we then turn around and do something different when they've already got their hands on it? So this is an attempt to take your vote away. This is all about November 2026, about the primary on May 19th and then the November election. He does not want the midterm elections to take away his power. So he's trying to create chaos. So this is what he does. Chaos in Minnesota, chaos in Fulton County. We are a target. Protect your vote at all costs. I'm telling you, everybody always says your life depends on it. Oh, your life does depend on it this time.
All right, so we do know about everything that happened already in Fulton County, all right? Donald Trump was tried over there. So, like I said, this is breaking, and you know me already. I have a rule that I don't talk about things unless I was able to totally dissect them and find out all the information about it. I literally just saw this video 20 minutes ago. I did hear some stuff about it today on Fox and on CNN. But like I said, overall, Donald Trump is always about the vote. From 2020, when he lost the election to Joe Biden, let's not argue if he lost it or not. We all know that it has been tried numerous times, even by judges that he's appointed, that he did lose. So from what I'm seeing, this could be an attempt to change history. It could be an attempt to do something in the 2026 midterms. We do know that Pam Bondi, I told you guys yesterday that Pam Bondi is getting looked into for the letter that she sent to Minnesota, Tim Walz, saying, give us your voter roll and we will get ICE out of Minnesota. So that is literally evidence that Pam Bondi, and you know, everything that Pam Bondi does is literally just by way of Donald Trump. That's literally Pam Bondi, the DOJ, and Donald Trump saying, we are going to use federal agents, ICE, whatever we have to do to get our hands on voter rolls, voter registration, et cetera, et cetera. So this is really scary. I'm not trying to take away from anything that's been going on. We do know that there's still Venezuela. We know that there's still Liam, which I'm going to talk about, and of course, Alex or whatever. But I wanted to put this at the top of the show because this is dangerous. It's all about power, and it's about not letting go of power. And America, which I keep on reiterating, is going to turn 250 years old this year. The Constitution is based on democracy and having the right to vote. And when your government shows you signs that they're trying to take away your vote, that should scare you. Okay? So let's just put that to bed. We'll maybe talk about it more tomorrow. The second piece of breaking news that I have for you is about house prices. And Donald Trump literally, I think this is maybe an hour and a half ago, is going to say here in this video, I'm going to play for you in a second, says, I don't want to drive down home prices. I don't want to try to home prices. I don't want to try to make housing more affordable. Why would I do that? I'm not going to reward people who don't want to work hard. The people who have their homes, I want to drive their values up. Now, we do know that, of course, the American dream is to buy a home, own a home, have equity in your home, right? And of course, create generational wealth. That is the dream. That's everyone's dream. Well, not everybody, but that's the quote unquote typical dream. Now, with inflation and with everything that's been happening, it's gone so far that that dream is unobtainable for most Americans. Whereas that before you went to school, you got a degree, you were able to get a job, and you were able to buy a house at 25, 30. There's reports coming out that people won't be able to buy a home till they're in their 40s. So while I understand as an entrepreneur and as somebody who is very financially literate, I understand about having value in your home. I understand about having equity. I totally get that. But the government of the United States is not here to govern for the top 1 percentile of people. They're supposed to govern for the people and find a balance. That's governance. Listen to Donald Trump right here.
Scott said, though, is, again, existing housing, people that own their homes, we're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home. We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down. But I want to protect the people that for the first time in their lives feel good about themselves. They feel like that they're wealthy people. And I want them to understand it. There's so much talk about, we're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up for people that own their homes. And they can be assured that's what's going to happen.
You could literally that is Donald Trump speaking to the elite, speaking to his investors, speaking to the people who gave money to his campaign. That is Donald Trump speaking to the one percenters. So again, I understand the equity, the ownership, and I understand not turning those people off. I'm fully aware of that. But again, governance is about the entire country. And when you see 60, 70, 80% of the country being priced out of home ownership, that is not what you say, and that is not where you should be directing your energy towards. And especially, you don't come out and say, I don't care about the people who didn't work as hard. It's not all about working hard, sir. It's about the climate, and it's about the job opportunity, and it's about the way how the country is being governed. And it's not fair for a lot of people. Okay. All right. So that is it for breaking news. Literally just came out in the past hour and a half. Let's go now to lead stories. There is a new Alex Pretti video that shows him breaking the law. He is breaking the law. I just want to come out and say that right now. But it has me so upset because he broke the law 11 days prior to his unaliving, which indirectly means this has nothing to do with the fact of the investigation that ICE and the DHS is conducting. So I don't understand why people are making such a big deal of this video. Let's go to that. And then also we're going to talk about little Liam, a 5-year-old boy being detained by ICE. Then I'm going to give you a positive update. There's some positive updates coming out of Minnesota. Let's go to lead stories right now. Okay. I'm very agitated by this. I'm going to play a video for you. You're going to see Alex Pretti, the gentleman who was unalived this past Saturday in Minnesota. As you all know, he was on the sidewalk recording with his phone. ICE was pepper spraying a woman. He was trying to defend a woman. He got pepper sprayed, held down, unalived by ICE agents. Okay. Everybody has said unanimously almost that this needs to be investigated. Regardless of what side you're on, it needs to be investigated. Even Donald Trump. Okay, that was great. Through this investigation now, this new video has come to light, and I'm going to play it for you in a second, and it shows Alex Pretti being an agitator to ICE agents 11 days prior to last Saturday, so 15, 16 days ago. You see him swearing at them, he's spitting at them, and he's kicking out their headlight. That is vandalism, that is wrong, that is assault, etc., etc. He should have been arrested then. My point to this is it has nothing to do with that day. This has to show his character, which means nothing. Also, when I play this video for you, I have yet to find what happened prior to this video. This video starts with him kicking and spitting. We don't know what happened prior to this. Now, regardless of whatever happened to this, it doesn't give him an excuse. But what I want to know is that, did the ICE agents or Border Patrol agents, did they break any laws? Which now caused him, again, still wrong. He's a citizen. That doesn't allow him to. But I want to know if any ICE agents broke the law before these cameras started to roll. And also, as I put this up on Instagram, I saw a lot of people in the comment section saying that this can be used in the investigation. And I'm here to tell you that this video would be inadmissible in any sort of court hearings. So for example, let's say the investigation turns out where the ICE agent, or like I told you guys yesterday, there was 2 that took out their guns and shot Alex. Let's say this does go to trial and the ICE agent is found for whatever the charge is. This video would not be admissible. The reason why it would not be admissible is because you cannot talk about somebody's character in the past as a reason to unalive them. You can only talk about what they did during the time that you unalive them. It doesn't matter what they did 2 years ago. You can't say, well, this guy did something to my cousin 2 years ago, so I did this to him now. No. Was he doing anything on last Saturday or this Saturday that just passed? Did he break your taillight then? Did you feel, ICE agent, do you feel like your life was in any danger at this moment? It can't be because what you saw 11 days ago. That would be inadmissible. The only way how this video that I'm about to play for you would be admissible would be if they arrested Alex Pretti, charged him, and he was found guilty. They would be able to use this video in sentencing to show character. So let's say you got found guilty, then you could go to a judge and say, not only was he guilty last Saturday, again, let's just say he was guilty last Saturday. Not only was he guilty last Saturday, but I could show you a bunch of other things. So don't just give him probation. I could show you 3 other videos where he has done stuff like this and not charged. So now put him in jail for 5 years. Character video only applies to sentencing and not the actual charge. Here is the video that is circulating today. Hey, this is not AI. Alex's family has come out and confirmed that this is him on the tape. Take a look.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy.
By the way, just want to interrupt there. I know they're saying that their software confirmed. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Alex Pretti's family came out and said, we can confirm this is him. So it is him.
On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there. Why is the agent getting out and pushing him to the ground? The agent should have got out and arrested him. By the way, he'd be alive today if that happened because he'd be in jail. But this agent should have gotten, or should have gotten out of his car and arrested Alex Pretti right there, because Alex Pretti at that point right there broke the law. That is assault, that is vandalism, etc., etc. Let's continue.
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Pretti was wearing on the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband.
Right here. And this is just another angle for you guys to see. And by the way, the audio here, I cannot confirm if this audio is real. I cannot confirm that. All right, so that's the video, okay? Now, to just bring it back here, to leave it up here while I'm talking, I pretty much, I think, covered the facts before I even played you the video. I cannot wait to get into the comment section after the show. Please stick around for those of you who feel like this video, do you think could be used in court, could be used to justify an investigation or anything. I would like to speak to you. I'll send out a link if you guys want to jump on the video and have a debate or a discussion about it with me. Another thing that I heard some people saying today, while this video would work in Alex Pretti's favor, is that it shows that he did have a gun on him in that instance 11 days ago. He was I don't want to say beat up, but he was wrestled, pushed to the ground, etc., by ICE agents while he should have been arrested. But he was pushed, kicked, shoved. He never grabbed for his gun. So when you hear Kristy Noma, where you hear Gregory Bovino say that he came to the gun and he was an agitator and they feared for his life, this is proof. This is proof that he walked around with his gun all the time, and no matter what happened, whether what happened before this video, during the video, he kicked and spit, which is against the law, but he never took out his gun. And then even when he's on the ground being kicked, shoved, whatever, blah, blah, he has a gun on him and he never took it out. So this gun thing was never a threat. So while I think this video came out to kind of make him look bad, I think it makes him look good, other than the fact that he broke the law. But in the sense of, is this a reason to unalive him? No. Okay, so that is the breakdown of Alex Pretti, the new video. Let's go now to give you a quick update on Minnesota. Okay. And then we're going to go over to Liam, the 5-year-old boy who's being detained by ICE presently. Okay. Tom Homan. Oh, here, I have a picture here for you. 1 second. Here we go. Tom Homan, who is Donald Trump's border czar, says the number of ICE agents in Minnesota will be reduced. Border czar Tim Homan says the number of ICE agents in Minnesota will be reduced after meeting with Mayor Fry and Attorney General and law enforcement leaders. Tom Homan says local law enforcement will cooperate with ICE in ways that will allow the number of ICE agents to be reduced. Homan says ICE will expand to use the prison and jails in Minnesota. So a couple of people are a little bit weary of this, saying that the only reason why they're doing this is because their poll numbers are down and MAGA, et cetera, are not really happy with them. So they're not really like, it's not like they care. And to say, hey, you know, Tom Homan came in and he doesn't like what's going on and he cares. That is the talk. But y'all know me. We try to stay in the middle here. We try to report what's fair and just look at the facts and receipts. The facts are is that Donald Trump sent Tom Homan there, and Tom Homan is saying that he's going to reduce the number of agents. To me, it's not the priority shouldn't be why. The priority should be that Minnesota has been fighting for the past 2 or 3 weeks in the freezing cold, and they're finally getting what they want. Yes, it's probably for the numbers. Yes, it's probably for MAGA. Yes, it's probably for the election, but at least Minnesota gets to rest. Now, a lot of people are talking about the ICE agents and Minnesota honoring detainers. I don't want to get into the weeds of honoring the detainers, but really, this is what Tom is referring to about the jail cells, where this is apparently what the whole fight was all about. Whereas that, let's say there was an illegal immigrant that was arrested, that there was a detainer, and the jail was saying, you know what, we can't hold them past the date. If there's release day, as example for today, ICE agents are saying, hey, hold them, and we're going to come and pick them up next week. Minnesota or some jails or some counties were like, no, we can't hold them past, regardless if they're illegal immigrants or not. So this is the argument and the back and forth. And apparently what Tom Homan is saying is that they are going to work more closely together on the detainers. Again, we know it's more than that. Also, the second follow-up, which is, again, great news, is that, hold on, let me pull it up here, is that agents who unalived Alex Pretti have been placed on administrative leave. ICE officials who have identified the federal agents who unalived Alex Pretti, and those agents have been put on administrative leave pending an investigation. Advocates demanding justice won't be satisfied with this update, but it does mean the names of these agents will be recorded in some sort of internal paperwork that could potentially be subpoenaed. Now, did hear a couple of rumblings today saying, how do we know they're really on leave? Because we don't know their names. We don't know what these people look like. And we have known that DHS and FBI and Gregory Bavino has lied to us before. So how are we, the people, supposed to trust that the agents that unalive Alex are really on leave? Maybe they just could be somewhere else. We don't know because we don't know what they look like and we don't know their names. But again, the facts, the receipts show that they're on leave. So at least that is good in some sense. Okay. All right. Let's go over to Liam right now. So this is like, I have a lot of love for Alex and Renee and that situation. But this is a new situation that is really starting to bother me, really starting to ruffle a lot of feathers. And I think this might turn into the next immigration issue. It was Minnesota in the beginning, then it was Renee, then Alex, and now that I think Tom Homan is there, I think this is going to be the new headline that carries the immigration policies of the Donald Trump administration, of them continually doing horrible things. This kid is 5 years old. I'm going to play 2 videos for you to let you know what's going on, and then I'll play a second video that gives you more in-depth of what Liam is actually going through in this prison. Take a listen.
We have some very serious news this evening. Liam Ramos, the 5-year-old boy that was detained by ICE and used as bait to get his father, he's apparently very sick right now in ICE custody at a detention center in Texas, according to the Huffington Post. A school official spoke with the Post and essentially said that he's been vomiting, the food quality is not good, and that she is very worried for his well-being. This is a very serious development. His health is deteriorating fast, according to the school official. Now, a federal judge recently blocked removing Liam and his father from the Western District of Texas, and ICE so far has abided by that. But the conditions that are in these detention facilities are likely very, very poor. And it's not like we can see them, right? Because they actually don't allow much oversight into these detention facilities right now, especially in places like Texas. They won't allow members of Congress to go in. So in any event, this is a very serious development. I'm going to have more updates for you soon. Hopefully Liam Ramos is going to be okay, because it's very serious.
Okay, let me give you guys a quick backup before I play the next video. Just for those who don't know, Liam's father was about to be arrested by ICE. It's still murky, but allegedly he ran away, left Liam there, and they used Liam, again, allegedly, as bait to try to bring back the father. They tried to see if the mom would take him. Allegedly, the mom said no. The teachers in schools said that we were willing to take him, and ICE says that they took him because nobody else wanted to take him, and they were there. They took him to McDonald's, and they've been taking such great care of him. Now, just to be 100% accurate, also too, the fact that Liam's father is not an illegal immigrant. He was here on I forget the exact terminology, but he's here to he's here like on a request, and he's here legally and a request. Like his application hasn't been approved, but he's here on a request to be reviewed if he could stay here or not. And during that time, as your application is being reviewed, you are allowed to be in the country. So there's no need to even look for him anyways, much less keep him in a detention center in Texas with his 5-year-old boy, Liam. It just doesn't make any sense. Regardless of whatever story is true or not true, there is no need to be keeping his father and Liam. Now, listen to this.
I want y'all to look at this picture. This is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and Congressman Joaquin Castro at Dilley Detention Facility in Texas, which is an ICE detention facility, and that is 5-year-old Liam, the little boy in the blue hat who was snatched up in Minneapolis, and he's in the arms of his father, Adrian, and he's asleep. And Congressman Castro said that he sleeps most of the day because he's depressed, and he doesn't have enough nutrition. And there are reports that these facilities are not heated properly in this cold, and that they're unsanitary and unsafe. And they're locked up in that prison because despite being lawful asylum seekers who had no deportation orders and who were documented, not undocumented, Liam and his father were kidnapped by ICE agents in the driveway of their home. And now they're in Texas, locked up in a prison. And for the people who say that you support Trump and MAGA and ICE, I want you to tell me that it's okay to lock up an innocent 5-year-old child in a prison without enough food in unsanitary and unsafe conditions. Don't talk around it. Don't do that. Because y'all always say, oh, well, they should have done it the right way. Well, they did. Again, lawful asylum seekers who were documented.
There you go.
Did not have deportation orders. Were following the law.
There you go.
But then y'all love to say, well, if they just stayed in their country, that's not what we're talking about.
There you go.
I want you to tell us that you think it's okay for an innocent 5-year-old child to be locked up in a prison. I want to hear y'all say it. Because quite frankly, y'all do all this talking around things and, oh, you know, you want to just talk about things that, oh, well, you know, immigration law and this and third. That's not what we're talking about. Let's talk about the facts of locking up innocent children in a prison. Look at this boy. You think it is okay to take this little boy and stick him in a cold, unsafe, unsanitary prison hundreds of miles away from his mother, from his family, from his classmates, from his friends, without enough food, without enough resources, and just lock him up. I want you to think very long and hard about where.
So that's the word I was forgetting. They are asylum seekers. That means they are legally allowed to be in the United States of America. So free Liam. Okay. We could see from that picture there, he does not look good. The reports are that he is not eating, whatever. She just told you everything there. Just really, really bad. Again, both sides, as I've always promised to report, according to ICE, the facility is amazing. There's a dentist, there's a doctor, there's this. When you hear them talk, it's like, oh my gosh, there's there's roller coasters, there's parades, there's clowns, there's McDonald's. Like this is like, it's a benefit that they're here. Well, sir, does it look like that when he's in his father's arms? Like it's just the pictures, the actual fact does not match what you were saying, sir. Okay. Anyways, that is Liam and my update on Minnesota and Alex. Okay, that is it for lead stories. Let's go over now to quick stories. I got a lot going on. I'll try to get them through quickly because I do see the comment section is blowing up and I really want to get to talking to you guys. Kristy Sarah Scott has broken her silence. We're going to talk Candance Owens. She has another leaked audio from Erica Kirk, which is unbelievable. Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis has finally been arrested. Nicki Minaj finally admits why she turned Maga. Netflix and 50 Cent being sued by one of Cassie's escorts. Lauryn Hill returns to the Grammys. Bill Cosby pushes back on new accusations. Sean Garrison, and happy birthday to Oprah Winfrey. We got a lot to cover, y'all. Okay. Let's kick things off with Kristy Scott. Y'all know Kristy Scott. Kristy Sarah. I can't call her Kristy Scott anymore. Desmond Scott's, you can't call her ex-wife yet, or soon to be ex-wife. Y'all know when this whole thing broke. We told you guys about it. I think it was December the 30th. Since then, Desmond has been caught with what they say his side chick from TMZ, etc. We haven't heard much from Kristy. She put out some pictures saying same address, letting us know that she's keeping the house. I told you guys yesterday about their post-nup and about how they don't have a prenup, but a post-nup, and pretty much everything is going to be separated. They already worked that out a couple of years ago. We questioned why they worked that out a couple of years ago. Did they think or did they know that this was going to happen? That remains to be seen. Regardless of that, Kristy Scott put out a new video yesterday, the first time that she's actually speaking. And what I love about this is that she finally is mentioning the kids and she's finally being real. And I have been saying since the beginning, even though when I was making fun of this or trying to make light of the situation, I was like, look, at the end of the day, I feel bad for the kids because the parents got to separate. And that's what's sad. And finally, somebody is talking about this. Take a listen.
Shaky. It's like not in that headspace.
Yes, Kristy, this is what we want to see. We want to see you saying, guys, I'm not in a good space right now. Guys, I know you want me to be doing backflips in heels, but I'm not in the mood for that right now. I'm grocery shopping. I don't know how to cook. I'm here for the boys. Finally, somebody between you and Desmond mentions the children. I've been saying that since day one of this whole divorce episode. Shout out to Kristy, her team, her publicist. This is what the people want to see. It's 2026. We don't want to see contrived, perfect things. We want to hear your imperfections. We want to know that you're not in a good headspace right now, but you're trying and you're going out to the grocery store and you might not know how to cook, but at the end of the day, you're a mom and you need to provide and nourish your children. This was the best post I have seen since the beginning of this whole entire episode. Shout out to Kristy. Desmond, this is another loss for you. Last we heard of you, you were with that chick on TMZ. Desmond, you continue taking L's. By the way, love the outfit.
I've been so unsure of like how to return back to the internet. I just figured I'll throw a camera up and tell you guys how I'm feeling. So this is my first time grocery shopping with this new unexpected chapter. I'm literally shaking. I'm really nervous making this video, but also my nervous system is like shot. And it kind of has been for the past month. A lot of y'all keep asking for like my funny, silly videos, and I'm just like not in that headspace. I'm just gonna share with you guys the raw, the real, the ugly, just like how I'm transitioning. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little excited to go grocery shopping for the first time because I feel like I can just get like anything I want. Not that I couldn't before, but it just feels a little different. I'm mainly shopping for the boys. And I'm gonna visit their like fresh food section so I can get some like dinner because your girl does not know how to cook. I kind of feel like this is gonna force you guys to see like a different side of me because y'all always see like my chaotic, humorous side, and it's just not in me to do that at this current moment in time. I think like, I don't know, I'm just like figuring things out and trying to move forward the best that I can. All is well. I'm just like, it's just a lot of change at once, and I also want to feel like organic. I can't lie and say that I want to be flipping around my living room right now. We'll get there, but at this current moment in time, I'm like, yeah. And I'm gonna force myself to have more of a social life now because I definitely was lacking in that area.
Oh, don't get it twisted. It's not all right. Oh, hold on. That's really important. Kristy knows that she got a lot of hate online. That could be also the reason why she doesn't want to do all of these antics, but we shall see. We'll talk about. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that Instagram trend. Yeah, it's not lost on me that Kristy got a lot of backlash after the divorce came out. People are like, oh, why are they getting divorced? People were putting clips online saying, look at her hitting flowers away, hitting bags away, doing all that. She treated him like hell. So I feel like now she's coming out and just trying to like normalize herself and be like, all right, you know what? Maybe the antics were a little bit much. I'm going to give you the real me. We'll see how it goes. I do like the approach, but I will say this, the way that people get introduced to you online or music or whatever, it's hard to make a transition. So can she be the same Kristy Sarah without the husband, without the flipping, without the, heels, and just be normal? That would be like me changing my show to like a comedy show where you guys are used to hear me giving you my take and my opinions about political and entertainment news. So we'll see. But I like how things are going. All right, let's go over to Candance Owens and another leaked message from Erica Kirk. We played one for you guys yesterday. This is Erica Kirk talking to her TPUSA family. And just like yesterday's video or leaked video, it's not so much what she's saying. It's more about the tone. And this comes literally like 5 or 6 days after Charlie is no longer with us. And the tone of it just seems a little off. We can't tell people how to grieve, but
5.5 days after her husband
the tone
was
is a
publicly
little
assassinated.
bit off. You know what I mean? But take a listen.
Look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. I never liked Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show.
If you guys do need anything, please reach out to whoever you know to reach out to. And pray with one another, be there with one another, be soft with one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. Weddings and funerals bring out the weirdest side in people. Just anyone who's been married knows that. And so don't read into that. Just love on each other. Deep breaths. Usha, I just want to share this with you all. I asked her when we were on the tarmac.
I'm just going to skip this part.
I'm going to make, because it was a very private moment. But it gave me, take those 15 minutes and it'll be okay. We're all going to be okay. I love you guys. And we're going to make sure that we honor my husband so well that this whole world knows what his vision was and will be. And it's just, I feel so blessed and honored. I have a great meeting. Is there anything else to do? Good. You guys are loved. Love this little film with all the birds. It's so cute. So sweet. God bless you all.
Blessed and honored. That is crazy work as adjectives. I mean, I don't really know what to say.
Look, yesterday I fully agree with Candance. I think Candance is maybe stretching this one a little bit to me personally. Of course, they also went on to say, people in the comment section, she keeps dabbing her eyes and there's no tears there. Look, like I said, this one to me, I'm on the fence about. She does seem a little bit more passionate, a little bit more emotional, but there's something definitely weird going on with Erica Kirk. But like I said, we'll follow up with Candance. Candance is doing the good work, regardless of however you feel about her. Y'all know I have my qualms with her. But Candance, keep doing your thing. Okay, we're going to follow up on another story that we have been covering since the beginning. We told you guys last week that there was a warrant out for the arrest of Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, he has been arrested. Gervonta Davis arrested following warrant of DV charges. Gervonta Davis is finally in police custody. This comes 2 weeks after a warrant was issued for his arrest following DV allegations. According to Miami Garden PD, Davis was taken into custody on Wednesday. U.S. Marshals helped with the search, but details on how they tracked him down haven't been released. As we previously reported, Davis has been facing charges from his ex-girlfriend since January the 17th. January the 14th. I still find this very, very weird that there was a warrant out for his arrest. He was on like Instagram, like arguing with academics and stuff. Even Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club, she was trying to figure out, like, he's not really in hiding, so why is it so hard to find him? And why is there no video or more details about it? I feel like he was kind of just working to turn himself in, kind of like that Diddy situation where they knew where Diddy was and they were kind of working to bring him in. So I don't know. The details are sketchy on that, but the point is that he is finally in custody. Okay. All right. Let's move on now to Nicki Minaj. And y'all know that we played yesterday. At least now we know. We played yesterday for you. Nicki Minaj, we played video of Nicki Minaj going on stage, holding Donald Trump's hand, kissing him, saying that he's the best president, her most favorite president ever of all times. And from Nicki was on stage with Erica Kirk at TPUSA. We've all been wondering, why is Nicki Minaj all of a sudden cozying up to the Trump administration? What's going on? And yesterday, after we wrapped the show, we found out why. Here's the details.
Why Nicki Minaj was holding... Well, at least now we know why Nicki Minaj was holding hands and kissing Donald Trump. Nicki Minaj is officially an American citizen, and she has the Trump Gold Card, which most immigrants would have to pay $1 million for. She got it for free. But she didn't stop there. She rubbed it in the haters' faces. Residency, the cop is copping. Finalizing that citizenship paperwork as we speak. As per my wonderful, gracious, charming president, thanks to the petition that had over like 100,000 signatures to kick Nicki out of the U.S., thanks to that petition, I wouldn't have done it without you. Oh, Citizen Nika, you are the moment. Gold Trump card free of charge. And of course, the Chucky. Yo, hey, she did what she had to do, man. And I'm predicting this is not going to stop there. We are going to get a pardon for Kenneth Penny, her husband. I'm telling you, that's coming next. Maybe her brother as well, too.
Yeah, 100%. I don't believe that this is the end of that. But anyways, listen, I also want to clarify something. This doesn't automatically give her citizenship. I was wrong with that statement, but this gives her pathway to citizenship. Indirectly, she's going to be an American citizen. All right. That's what I was saying. All right. So at least now we know what's up. Let's move on now to 50 Cent and that big Netflix documentary. I told you guys when that first came out that 50 is getting himself into a lot of hot water with this. And there is a new lawsuit. Listen to this. 50 Cent and Netflix accused of twisting alleged victim's story in new Diddy documentary lawsuit. Months after it debuted and sparked controversy, the 50 Cent produced Netflix documentary is now the center of a lawsuit filed by former SEX worker who appeared in the film. Clayton Howard has sued both Netflix and Curtis Jackson over the Sean Combs Reckoning allegations and alleged his testimony was misrepresented through editing. According to the complaint, his account was distorted to support a specific narrative. Defendant deliberately edited, distorted, and misrepresented plaintiff's account to portray Cassie Ventura, the plaintiff's primary trafficker, as a victim while omitting and suppressing plaintiff's testimony that he was SCX trafficked by Ventura. I'll break that down and explain to you guys what that means. He further claims this calculated misrepresentation was done in furtherance of defendant Curtis Jackson's personal and business vendetta against Sean Combs and to create a commercial, profitable narrative. Howard is seeking damages and wants Netflix to add a notice stating accounts are edited and may not reflect complete testimony. Neither Netflix nor 50 Cent has publicly responded. Okay, let me tell you all what's really going on in layman terms. Clayton Howard is suing Cassie. We've showed this to you. We played video for you. I think he sat with like Art of Dialogue. Clayton Howard is saying that he was SCX trafficked by Cassie. He actually wanted to be part of the Diddy trial, but the federal government didn't want to put him on the stand. He actually wanted to sue the federal government, but now he's just suing Cassie civilly. And he says the same thing Netflix is saying is, you guys interview me. I come and I tell you, yeah, Diddy was bad, but Cassie was also bad. Cassie was also a trafficker. The federal government was like, yeah, thanks for your testimony, but we're not going to put you on. Or like, yo, what the heck? And then Netflix comes and interviews him, and they only take the parts that he's talking about Diddy. And his whole point is, whether you believe him or not, I'm just telling you his point. His point is, yo, Cassie was complicit. She is an SCX trafficker. Also, why is everybody taking out what I am saying? So now he wants Netflix to put a disclaimer and say, yo, you guys are watching my recount of what happened with Cassie and Diddy, but you're only telling the bad Diddy part. Now, as you guys know, or you might not know, you sit down for an interview with ABC, NBC, Netflix, 50 Cent, whatever. It's up to the producer and up to the network to decide what they want to use. You would have to literally sit down prior and put it in a contract saying, yo, I get to have editing control or I get to have a say or whatever. You don't get that. So you sit down and you talk for an hour and they want to take 5 minutes out of it. There's nothing you could do. So I don't really feel like he's going to win this. I don't see how he can win it. But from what I've heard and what we have said a couple months ago, Cassie is avoiding his civil lawsuit, and there might be some merit to the civil lawsuit, not criminally, but she might be liable civilly. He's going after Cassie's money that she got from Diddy. Clayton is saying that she was a victim and that he was the victim, not Cassie. So that is the breakdown. And again, I'm not saying that I believe it or agree with him. I'm just telling you from his perspective. So don't come at me in the comment section. All right, let's go over now to some music. Lauryn Hill. Sorry, we need some horns for this, man. Hold on. Lauryn Hill is going to be at the Grammys this Sunday. Woo! Round of applause for Queen Lauryn Hill. I'm really excited about this. Lauryn Hill set to lead Grammy tribute honoring Roberta Flack and D'Angelo. Now, of course, people are making jokes like, oh my gosh, is she going to show up? Is she going to be late? Let's not even put our bad juju on that at all. Shout out to Queen Lauryn Hill, one of my favorite albums ever of all time, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I could sing that album back to front. you know, I wish we had more albums, but part of me loves that she only gave us one solo album. I know we have the Fugees and all of that, but shout out to Lauryn Hill. I'm really excited to see what she's going to bring. And talking about that, I'm thinking I'm going to try to maybe find a way that I might do a live Grammy watch. Yesterday, we were talking about watching the Super Bowl live. Maybe we can watch the Grammys. I know that will just be like an out louder thing. I don't know if the extra people that come here, but remember a couple of weeks ago when we had like this R&B sing-off, it might be fun. So let me know in the comment section. We can watch the Grammys together, all right? All right, let's go over to Bill Cosby because he's been in the news a lot. I missed this yesterday, so I'm going to give you the information and the follow-up. Cosby camp pushes back. Rep says reports of DRUG admission is twisted. Now, there's a lot of words in here that I cannot say. I know a lot of you guys sometimes get upset. We're going to talk about the DRUG. The DRUG in question starts with Q. I'm sure you guys know the same thing that he's always been accused of, okay, of giving these women. A representative for Bill Cosby is pushing back hard against renewed headlines claiming the disgraced comedian admitted under oath of giving women DRUGs, calling the latest wave of coverages misleading and built on speculative excerpts. This week, multiple reports surfaced around a deposition describing it as a bombshell in which Cosby allegedly admitted to obtaining and refilling prescriptions for DRUGs with the intent of giving them to women in order to have sex with them. According to those reports, Cosby acknowledged getting the DRUGs from a gynecologist and using them for recreational usage during the 70s. But according to Cosby's representative who spoke to Lauryn from the Breakfast Club, shout out to Lauryn, that's family, that framing is flat out wrong. In a statement, the rep said, the reporting is per usual a distortion based on cherry-picking excerpts of a deposition. Not once did Bill Cosby admit to involuntarily doing something to women. The DRUGs were a party DRUGs in the 70s. There was literally billboards that advertised them. They were consumed like candy. It will be for a jury to decide whether the plaintiff's story that she took the DRUGs believing that it was aspirin and if she is credible. And that includes the allegations that she made in the 70s. So she's alluding to the fact that in 1973, Bill Cosby gave her these DRUGs, telling her it was just aspirin. But the point is that in the deposition, he didn't admit that. He just admitted to actually getting the DRUGs for a party. He didn't admit to giving it to her and lying to her. That's where the speculation is coming from. Okay, so that is it on Bill Cosby. Let's go over to another follow-up. Do you guys remember Sonya Massey, the lady who called the police to help her and then they ended up unaliving her? Remember, she had the pot of hot water on the stove and she said, I'm going to rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And Sean unalived her. Well, we have a follow-up. Former Illinois Deputy Sean Garrison gets maximum sentence of 20 years for unaliving Sonya Massey, admitted to being unprofessional. A former Illinois Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson was sentenced to 20 years in prison after being convicted of second-degree unaliving of Sonya Massey, a Black mother of two who called 911 for help at her Springfield home in 2024. Imagine calling the police for help and they unalive you. It's crazy. Grayson, who used to work in law enforcement, was found guilty of unaliving Massey during the encounter at her home. The judge handed down the maximum sentence, shout out to the judge, the maximum sentence allowed under state law, and Grayson will also serve 2 years of supervised probation after he gets out of prison. During his sentence hearing, Grayson spoke publicly about the case for the first time and admitted he made terrible decisions that night, apologizing for Massey's unaliving, calling his own decisions unprofessional. The case drew a lot of attention because Massey was unalived after asking police for help. She was holding a pot of hot water when she was unalived. All right, so that is a follow-up. And the last thing that we have in quick news is it is a queen's birthday. Oprah Winfrey, I think it may be yesterday, but here's her working out in the gym. And for those of you who know, you know that I feel like Oprah Winfrey's like my godmother, right? And it's my mom's like favorite person.
Yep. Go down. Go through your feet. Arms just hold on. There we go. Inhale.
Go Oprah. Go Oprah. Come on. 72. Look at Oprah. Go Mama O. Hey. Let's go, Oprah.
Down and...
All right. That's enough. Oprah wrote this. She said, life at 72 is looking different than any other decade. 2 summers and 2 knees ago, I decided to add strength training to my workouts because we all need to maintain muscle as we get older. I cannot say I'm ready for the Olympics like Adele, but I sure feel strong. So in honor of another trip around the sun for me, go try something new. You never know where it will lead you. Shout out to Mama O. Happy birthday. All right, guys. Let's go over to lesson of the day. I have a really good lesson of the day. It's we all know what to do when we see red flags, but do y'all know what to do when you see green flags? And today's question of the day is, what ruins a hamburger for you? Let's go over to let's go over to lesson and question of the day right now. All right. Hold on. Let me remove this. All right. Let me, before we get to lesson of the day and quick news, y'all know I got a very important question to ask y'all. Is your laptop, computer, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Can somebody take your information? Let me answer that question for y'all. Yes, they are. All of them. If you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you. Here's the key. They automatically remove your information off of sites and keep it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card banking information, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based round-the-clock customer service. In the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. Go try Aura now, free with my link below. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. I'll put up this QR code here right now for you. You could take out your phone, do it after the show. After the show, follow with your camera, follow that link. They could remove your information for free, okay? These text messages that you get that you never give people your phone number to, phone calls, emails, very, very dangerous. Your information is out there, or remove it free for the next 14 days. So take advantage while you can. Also, I want to tell you guys about Super Chat and Super Thanks. While we are live here on air, if you decide that you want to give back to the show, hey, Trent, we really like the show. We really like the information. You're working hard. We want to give back. The best way to do that is through a Super Chat. And also, when we're off air, you can give us a Super Thanks. Here is YouTube explaining it better than I can.
Buy a Super Thanks by clicking the Thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
Thanks, guys. And also, do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership. If you're on YouTube, you'll see the join button or the membership button tab near me. My gosh, the comment section is blowing up. All right, I'm going to do this red flag, green flag real quickly, then question of the day, then I'm coming to talk to y'all, okay? Listen to this.
And are fumbling good men.
All the time.
All the time. And they try to complain to me of how difficult dating is. And, oh, dating sites are scary. It's for crazy people. I'm like, you meet the same, your ex, you met in person. He was crazy. So where's the logic? Where's the logic? There are crazy people everywhere, but your ability to vet and know like what you're doing. And I also think doing it from a place of fear messes it up in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you're already expecting him to do something wrong. You know what to do with the red flags, but you don't know what to do with a green one.
They don't even know how to identify.
They don't see
Wait
it.
a minute. You
They
know how
don't
to,
see
you
it.
know what to do with a red flag, but you do not know what to do with a green.
Yeah, they don't, because the green flag is something that they're not accustomed to.
No.
So it's labeled as toxic or narcissist or love bombing because a man is making advance. You said you want a man to show interest. It's kind of like people who pray and ask God for a thing, God give it to them, and then they go back and pray about what they just got. Do you or do you not have a relationship with the Father like you say you do? You don't need to go back with the Father. With the Father. Do you not? And so it's like people don't trust themselves.
Yeah.
All right. So again, when I play stuff like this, I know most of you guys, the out louders, or whatever, this doesn't apply for you. This is more like generally what we're seeing a lot now. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's a trend out there where women are making a cut list for 2026. If he does this, cut. If he doesn't do that, cut. This, cut. And as you guys know, I'm a positive person. I always try to see things from both sides. I try to see most angles. I try to understand people. I try to give people grace, etc. So this for me is really just indirectly saying, let's not only concentrate on the negative. I'm not naive to know that, yes, you cannot look for red flags, but how about we start looking for green flags and start looking at the positive of people and concentrate on that and know how to identify the green flags. Because if you just walk around life being like, nope, oh, green flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red. By the way, and a flag is just a warning. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point of a flag. Like, hey, we're just warning you. And I feel like relationships are harder to come by because so many people are really just looking out for red flags and just putting people to the side and not giving a chance. So today's lesson of the day is try to go through life. And like I always say, this doesn't just apply to relationships. It applies to jobs and friendships. Let's try to start looking for green flags, highlighting those, and then finding our person, our job, or our friend. And then we could kind of just work out the red flags and hopefully we could kind of like quiet the temperature down. All right. So key to note. Let's go over to question of the day. This is going to be funny. All right. Today's question of the day. Hey, where is it here? All right. Today's question of the day is, what ruins a burger for you? And I already know my answer, but I'll wait till the end. All right. Somebody said mayonnaise. What? I asked for extra mayo. Another person said soggy bread, 1000%. I'm just telling you right now, I was going to hold it to the end. But for me, if a burger is cold, I'm done. I don't care how good it is. I don't care whatever. Done. It needs to be hot. I need the cheese melting. Another person said well done meat. Oh, that's another thing too. If my burger is not dripping, sending it right back. Mustard, don't ever put that ish or raw onions. I like it cooked. Tomato, I'm not a big fan of tomato on my burger either. Pickles, I don't like pickles either. Raw onions, I could do with raw onions. Mustard, I'm not a big mustard fan, but I feel like you need a little bit of mustard just to give it a little bit like, just to give it a little spice, So we said dry bread, that's another good thing. Oh, I just ordered hot dogs the other day. Just wanted to have like a fun kind of like cheat meal. I ordered a poutine and hot dogs, and the bread was so stale. I was so mad. Tomatoes, blue cheese. I'm sure I've had blue cheese on a burger. I don't see how that could ruin it. Forgetting to say my grace. Wet bread, mustard, coleslaw. What? Coleslaw on everything. Tomatoes, unmelted cheese. See, I said that. Unseasoned, overcooked meat. Facts. My meat's got to be seasoned, man. Depending on where I am, I'm already just turning it over and putting some salt on it for sure. Eggs. What? I had that in South Africa. South Africa always puts eggs on their burgers. Chef kiss. Onions and pickles. Onions, mayo. How can y'all hate mayo? Sweet pickle. What? That's the only kind of pickle I would like, a sweet pickle. Mushrooms. Yeah, I'm not big on mushrooms either. Raw onions, mayo, tomato, onions, pickles, mustard. All right. I think the pretty much unanimous is onions, really, and mayo, which I'm really surprised about. All right. Coming over to the comment section. Woo, I don't know. I don't think I can get to all these comments, but we'll come over there. Let's go. All right. First of all, Good show. I went 4 minutes. I went 4 minutes over time. If you guys have noticed with these lives, I'm trying to keep them to 1 hour and then spend some time with you guys in the comment section. All right, I'm scrolling up all the way up to the top. And here we go. We're kicking. Oh, hold on. Let me remove this. Put myself here. All right, here we go. All right, we're back here. Oh, Kim was the first one. What is up, everybody in the chat? Hope everybody's having a great day. What up, Tiz? Kim sorry, I don't pronounce this name. Delcia, I think. Hey, Delcia. Tez, what up? Roberta, what up? Delcia, caught alive. Mystery in the building. Teresa's in the building. Kim here. Happy birthday to Trent's mom. She's an Aquarius? Huh? Okay, first of all, it's not my mom's birthday today, but how did you know that she was an Aquarius? Oh, you probably read that in my book. That's probably how you know. Anyways, streaming from the UK. I see that Nikki got a gold card. Yep, she did. Hey, everybody in the chat. I'm driving, so I can't do individual names, but hello to everybody. RAI Kim, do not text and drive. Happy birthday to Mom. People are saying happy birthday to you, although it's not your birthday yet, but happy birthday, Ma. Crystal's in the building. Oh, I passed somebody. Myra, what up? Crystal, what up? Emily, what up? Salty Spotty Dog said somebody scared AF. I don't know what that means. Democrats love people, but they love okay, we got these new comments around here. Kim and Tez, what up, Queens? That's from Crystal. AI Drake, that's really funny. Something about the channel. All right, I gotta start picking and choosing here now. Teresa's in the house. Crystal, Tez, boom, they're laughing. All right, Mr. T is up to no good again. What the hell? A raid on the ballot boxes in 2020. Yeah, totally crazy. Is one of the issues talking about the Epstein files? Nope, we're not talking about the Epstein files today, but I am one of the content creators who do not want to forget about that. Chris even said, where are the Epstein files? Generational wealth main goal from Eddie. AK Toy says, one of my dreams were both parties can find common ground. That would be amazing. One day, independence, man. The independence shall reign. Somebody said, God bless Trump. Crystal agreed with AK. Natasha, what up from Crystal? AKA said, I have a suggestion. If we start focusing on Epstein files, and I think both parties has an interest in that. Yeah, we already tried that. I don't know how that's going to go, but what up, Natasha? Thanks, Crystal. I started looking at a petition, and I'm going to sign one up. Crystal said, great idea to AK. Happy belated birthday to Kim. Chan said, hey, Trent and people love from the UK. I know there's a few of us in here. What up, UK? I got to do like a UK tour or something. Were you paying attention to the housing crisis in 2000? Yes, I was. Eddie, I don't get why the 1% are so worried about the poor people. Just let people live. Exactly. My point exactly. Kim said, thanks for the birthday wishes. When did they say that, Pablo? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Send Trent and the Out Louders the link when you find one. Charla said, praying for you guys in the USA. We all see how intense it is out there. AKA, okay, not going to write that. Oh, somebody said Obama. Sorry, there's some things that I don't want to put up on screen, guys. It shows a pattern of awakening. Okay, Robert says, man, screw those. Okay, I'm not going to put that. Mercury says, paper votes are counted digitally and electronically for all states. Obama was one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. Hey, thank you for your comment. I just disagree with you. JN says, because he wasn't an innocent ICU nurse, that MS Now altered his photo to look better. I saw that today. Joe Rogan was talking about that altered picture. It's not like they altered him to look like a different person. The picture was just really grainy and they fixed it up, but whatever. Son said, lesson learned, don't mess with cops. Okay, respect your opinion. Mel said, interfering and obstructing, both crimes where you admit it, whether you admit it or not. Yes, I think the first video was him causing a crime. Second one, I do not think that he caused a crime. I think the investigation will show that he didn't cause a crime. But I ask you, if he did cause a crime in the second video, does that mean he should have been unalived? He didn't reach for his gun. He was not a threat. There was no way that any officer could say that they were facing imminent danger. So disagree with that, but thank you for your comment. Hail Traffic said, not many. Oh gosh, I'm yawning again. By the way, guys, I tried to get sleep yesterday, and guess what? I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. Don't ask me why. So I really slept like 3 hours. It's crazy. Not many know what Article 1, Section 9 is. Arrest all rebellions against the federal government. He was unaided because he was never given up his firearm. Thank you for your comment. Thanks for the suggestion, Crystal. I'll write that down. That's from AK. Robert said, hey, buddy, 53 civilians were unalived under Obama's ICE, right? Laugh out loud. These hypocrites are funny. We're not even going to touch that. Dude was a protester from Randy. Tall, light. He was acting crazy like the guy in Rittenhouse took care of. That's from Sun. Trent doesn't read the chat. Of course I do. I read it after though, because I do have a show to do. But thank you for your comment. Luis says, where is the footage of him doing those things? Halt said, stop making up. Okay, we're not going to read swear words. Randy was a protester, so no job typically. Who's Randy? It shows a pattern. Yes, that was something. Those swear words, I won't be reading them. Ja Girl said there's always more to it. Protesting was probably his job. Well, we all know that he was a nurse. Trent's black. I think we're going to have to start getting moderators, guys. ICE did not break the law. I said that I would like to see the beginning of the video to say if they did break the law. And I don't know if the law says that if a citizen kicks your light out, that an ICE officer should get out of the car and assault the civilian. I don't know if that's really how that goes. When you break the law, it doesn't mean that they should tackle you and assault you. I don't know. Just correct me if I'm wrong. AK says, Jayan, so far, I've been in like 10 or 12 different chat rooms, and none of them have the chat. Doesn't give him the right to break the law. That's from Mel. Louise said, sorry, saying there's always more to it than why is Trump holding the evidence from Renee? I think I agree with you. Robert says, we Democrats just want the... Okay, I'm not going to read that. What? Let me just read this. We Democrats just want the blacks replaced with Republicans. Screw Trump for trying to stop us. I don't think that's a very positive comment. You're wrong. Yes, we can, from Mel. I don't know exactly what you're saying. Midlife Secret says, hey fam, what up? Mel, then you are saying, okay, I don't know what that's saying about. Nobody cares, just like, I don't know. Replace the, I don't know why. What is this? Who are you? This is crazy. Let's try this one. No reason to go obstruct the law enforcement ever. No excuse for Pretti to be there causing trouble. I agree with the first video, but what I don't understand is why not just arrest him? It just goes to show their mentality. You had every reason to arrest him. He was wrong. I said that. I'm not the type of content creator that's going to beat around the bush and be like, well, no. He was wrong. You can't spit at an officer. You can't kick an officer's vehicle. But why not arrest him? Nobody I've seen in this chat has said, like, asked the same question. Why not just arrest him, put him in jail for that? And the second video, he didn't do those things. Oh, sorry. Sunset says, hey guys, remember when Ashley Abbott got blasted and the media supported it? Robert said all of these, I'm not reading that. Trent, you were correct when it comes to Alex regarding the video. Thank you, Kim. Crystal says, yo, to all you ignorant Trent haters, stop talking ish. You can read and we'll read this once he comes through his reporting and discussion. So cut the racist ish out. Yeah, thank you, Crystal. But I'll just skip it. Like I said, just let them comment. That's fine. I just won't read it. Kenneth said that would be just property damage, which would have just been 24 hours held at most. I don't think kicking an officer, guys, I'm sorry. I don't think kicking an officer's car is just property damage. And even if so, spitting at an officer is not just a 24-hour charge. Trust me. Somebody said the video was fake. It's not true. I'm driving. Thank you, Crystal. I was waiting for somebody to say something. Don't even worry about them, guys. If you aren't there, then you risk nothing. Love Lip Tink said that. That is not the American way. You cannot say that if you aren't there, then you risk nothing, because that's saying that you don't have a right to protest, and the Constitution says that you have a right. Exactly. This host is okay. Robert. Krista says, if he was racist, why would he be defending a white guy? You sound ignorant. Thank you so much. So give up our rights. Kenny says, oh, sorry if I said something offensive. That was not the intent. That's AK that said that. Whisper says, that's right. Nobody ever needs to exercise your right. I agree. It supports him. Thank you. Love Lip says, you can't have a permit to carry without appropriate ID. By law, you need to have ID with a permit. Okay. And as I always have said, if he broke the law and charge him for that, that doesn't mean he needs to be unalived. He was never a threat. He didn't pull it out. Nothing. Like, come on, guys. ICE breaks the law daily. Kenneth says he had a license to carry. Yes, but they also did say that he didn't have his license, his ID on him. But did they know that when they were pepper spraying and holding him in the ground and took out their guns? Did they know, oh yeah, he must not have his ID on him? Like, you're playing semantics here. That's like, oh, I drove in my car and I was driving, I didn't have my license on me. That's technically illegal. But if I get into an accident or hit somebody, you're gonna be like, wow, he didn't have his license on him, so he shouldn't be covered or whatever. Like, come on, you're just trying to find anything now. Somebody said, do you live in Minnesota? ICE doesn't break the law dailies. You just don't know what the laws are. Again, I would love to look into see what the laws are when somebody, a citizen, breaks the law, like kicking or spitting. Does that mean that you could rush and tackle a citizen? Is that fair? Is that law abiding? I don't know. AK says, so he gets physical with objects, but not with people. Kenneth said, according to who, as the local police never said he didn't have ID. But I did hear that he didn't have ID, but we'll find that out in the investigation. Whisper says, ICE has zero authority over U.S. citizens. Okay, fair. American Trumpers versus Greenland Vikings. It's from Tracy. Love Lip said, violent, paid, signal-coordinated protesters are only dangerous troublemakers who break the law and cause chaos. Hey, I respect your opinion and thanks for your comment. Kenneth said to GMA, no, it's you who doesn't know the law, as ICE has already been blasted in several cases, including having to pay $10 million in wrongful arrest. By the way, guys, I love the discussion in the chat. I love it. If somebody gets too ignorant and calls names or whatever, then yes, you can ignore them. But this back and forth speaking is exactly what we're trying to build as a platform here, okay? So for those of you who are on the ICE or Border Patrol or Trump side, thank you for being here and thank you for commenting. Same way how the people who are on Alex Pretti's side or on, against ICE, the Minnesotans side, thank you for being here. This is what we're trying to build. So I love the discussion. Just we do not have to be rude to each other. Yes, okay, we're gonna skip that. AK said, and our last date, if you have an open application for citizenship, means that you are here legally, thank you, and you should not be deported. But this is happening. Again, totally agree with you. Tim told me to fight law enforcement. Okay, stop it. Department of Homeland Security said he had no ID. Yeah, Department of Homeland Security said a lot of stuff about Alex that wasn't true. So, you can't just be, picking and choosing, okay? Oh, my gosh, and I can't wait to get home and read these comments, Kim. Love Lip says, look at all the violent protesters conveniently present where there are billions of dollars of fraud. Let's not get into the fraud conversation. AK said, hurry up, Kim. Kenneth wrote back and said, very funny as DHS is not the most trustworthy source. Exactly what I just said. As they buried the good investigation and came out saying false claims against Pretti immediately after the incident. Totally agree with you, Kenneth. Simon says, what facts and what receipts show that? Crystal's laughing. Crystal, I think he needs to block the haters. William, bro, you'll have to drop this hobby and get a real job someday. Really? I'm doing all right, bruh. I wonder what you do in life. Jeff said, hello from Scotland, UK, everyone. And hello, what up, what up, what up? I love it. I like the love that I'm getting over in UK, man. Crystal said, drive safe. Kim, where are your receipts? William is asking, receipts for what? Okay, we're not reading that. Damn, Renee and Alex, how about stay home away from ICE? I get so mad when you people say that. I respect the comment, but yo, stay home and stand for nothing. That's not the American way. That's not the whole point of the Constitution, man. That is so bad to think. Kim said, welcome from Scotland. TikTok news, haha. I already reported on TikTok yesterday. In God We Trust said, a little history recap. National something party, Soviet Union, American. Okay, I'm not reading that. Thanks for the recap. Any real information? Yeah, everything I read is real. TDS is real. Trump does suck. That's from Clayton. Gradual something said fake news. Thank you very much. Crystal said, I just reported one of the worst comments that racist me just sent. So I think he was removed. Thank you, Crystal. Love that. Thanks for covering the ICE and immigration stories, Trent. No problem, mystery. Love said, okay, I don't think we're going to read anything from Love. Why should people give up their rights? Thank you, Kenneth. Yo, Kenneth, I hope you come around here every day, man. We like you around here. We do like everybody from the other side too, though. Somebody said, why run? I don't know who was running. As a former NYC CPS social worker, this is insane. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but thank you for your comment. McDonald's, as they look good, take care of him. What was I playing with McDonald's? Not too sure what that comment's about. I just reported one of the worst. Okay, thank you. Oops. Thanks, Crystal. Simon says, as of now, you know the BS of the raccoons with masks. If you really take care of the kids, you don't put him in detention. Oh, the McDonald's was about Liam. Okay, yes, I'm back on track now. Chaos said dude abandoned his kid. Those are just reports, as nothing's been confirmed. Blame his father for him being there. That's Peter. I don't take TikTok social life. No, I'm not reading that. Chaos said, why are people so hell-bent on defending illegal and economic immigrants that contribute to the high cost of living and low working wages? Nobody is saying that illegal immigrants or criminals, criminal immigrants should be here. It's the way the ICE agents and Border Patrol are going about it. That's the whole point of the protest. Why is that so hard, man? Nobody is debating that. ICE almost unalived a 7-month-old baby because they shot into a vehicle of a family who was just driving through the area to get to an appointment. Yeah, I remember reporting on that. I played that video. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, it's very, very rude to yawn. I'm very sorry, but 2 days, no sleep. Sorry. Lester said Pennsylvania was selling. Okay, I'm not going to read that. The lies that get told on here. All right, Jason. Lipstick said, why should honest U.S. taxpayers tolerate billions stolen because of theft and fraud? Who is ever saying to tolerate that? Nobody's saying to tolerate that. Anybody that says that, I totally disagree with them. However, there should be a process. There's a constitution and there's a thing called due process. Excuse me. Teresa said there are agencies that can provide foster care until this gets resolved. Exactly. The teacher said, yo, bring them back. We'll take them. We think you should shut up. Okay. Appreciate that. Chaos said your first mistake is listening to a liberal woman. Okay. Just thanks for letting me know about your misogyny. Simon says this in charge of he helped. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Not this. The mother rejected the child and the father abandoned the child. Okay, that's no reason for him to be held in the center. Like the other comment just said, there's a lot of other places that you can keep him. Why are you keeping in this detention center? Mar says, hey T, I didn't get the alerts that you were on. What? Yo, YouTube, what's going on, yo? Put him where? Somebody's saying, is this person's name Trent? Wow. Trent, what up? Why aren't people mad at the parents for putting their child in the middle of the situation? Well, because we don't know the exact situation that happened. We don't know if the mom, we don't know what this, but let's say the parents are to blame. Y'all know how I argue. Let's just say the father ran away and left them. Let's say the mom said she doesn't want to take it. There has been many people that have come out, teachers, family, this or whatever, saying they'll take him. Why don't they do that now? You're going to have a hard time arguing with me because I'll give you your points and still make my point. Jason said, I keep telling lies. Word of lies, Jason. And if you prove them to me, I will take them all back. I promise. Mom didn't want him. Somebody said, Carlos said, stop lying. Somebody's saying the F word. Chaos says, you don't think it's okay to use a child as a shield? This is just crazy. Teresa said, he's going to be traumatized forever. I'm very frustrated. I am too. They were legal. Thank you very much. Why isn't his mom there now? Okay. Hey Mars, what's up, Queen from Crystal? Guys, do you know that there are tons of parents out there that are not great parents? Nobody, like, this is the thing that I don't get with you guys. Like, if you didn't go out and protest, ICE wouldn't be doing these things to you. Well, the Constitution says we're allowed to protest. Yo, his dad ran away. His mom said he didn't want him. Okay. We have facilities set up and places in foster care that can take care. There's no reason for him to be in a detention center. He is not here illegally. Stop talking about the things that are not pertinent to the conversation. It just drives me nuts. Like, I love to have good conversation, but you're bringing up points that have no merit. ICE detention centers have video games, TVs, phones, and basketball courts. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to comment to that. Why is he in the detention center? If it's so great, and if he chooses not to be there and doesn't want to be there, why are you keeping him there? Love Logo says, why didn't anybody violently protest when Obama deported millions and used ICE? I think you know the answer to that. People are not protesting ICE and the deportation. As you guys know, Obama gave Tom Homan, Trump's border czar, a medal. Trump deported millions. It's the way Donald Trump goes about things. Why can't you guys ever get that through your head? Like, I don't get it. Especially in my chat, I'm the one who takes heat from my own comment section, my own out louders. I say, don't give Trump credit for anything. It's not necessarily the policies that I disagree with. I feel like he does have some good policies. There was an immigration problem. He did implement some good things with border crossings, etc. However, he has went way too far in Minnesota. 2 people have been unalive. All these protests are warranted, not violently, but the protests. Chaos said they use that as an excuse to dodge the line. Okay. That man you showed is a good man. It's sick that he is locked up. Totally agree. The problem is they were brown. Facts. Asylum is one country over, not 3 to 5. Gradual says, why hasn't the mother gotten the child? I already answered that. Kenny said, you clearly by this statement show you have no truth in history. Those so-called Democrats that supposed the S word back then are the conservative party today. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth, please come around, every 5:30 on my lives. You got to become an out louder, man. That's a very, very good response. Chaos said they aren't a benefit to the country. Wow, that's just rude. Obama deported millions out the U.S. You know what? You guys are proving my point. There is a way to deport without having chaos. Like the fact that you're bringing up Obama shows that it can be done if it's done the right way. Could you imagine? Crazy, huh? Thank you for proving my point. It can be done. Being disingenuous is being a liar. Okay. It's not, but his mother says she didn't want him. I would really like somebody to send me the facts on that. I don't think it's been proven, but whatever. I already argued. Lioness said such lies. Chaos said all immigrant contributes is to higher cost of living and lower wages. Really? Just would like to let you know, Donald Trump's wife is an immigrant. And a lot of Americans' parents are immigrants. A lot of MAGA and a lot of Trump's administration, if they were born here in the US, their parents are immigrants. So to say all immigrants contributes to high cost of living and lower working wages is crazy work. But hey, thank you for your somebody says don't recommend channel. All right, thank you, Lioness. Kenneth says undocumented immigrants pay federal taxes. In 2024 alone, they paid $94 billion in taxes. Kenneth, man, you're my new favor on here. Terry says there's no excuse for Nicki Minaj. She needs to be canceled. Facts. Chaos says most immigrants are here for resources and still bend the knee to their home country. Chaos, man. Thank you so much for your comment. But Kenneth just completely buried your whole entire statement. Mystery says, I'm not okay. Sorry, it's not okay for a 5-year-old to be locked up in prison, especially as his parents are legal asylum seekers. Totally agree, Mystery. Carlos says, Candace was obsessed with another woman's husband, Kirk. Okay. Simon says, Loose raccoon. Hold on, let me just see here. Allowed to kill Owens and Alex Day. Just gonna skip that one. Republicans import labor to avoid high taxes in healthcare. Whole warehouse were full of immigrants. Oops. Last Shay says, Trent, my Jamaican prince, let's go. What up? What up? What up? Guess this woman been breaking up families since the 70s. What chaos, man. Because said, stick to the subject. Okay. Republicans import immigrants, but why is she wearing a peacock though? I think it might be talking about Nicki. These people need a life. Poor little rich girl. I think she's probably talking about Nicki. Midlife secrets is bless her heart. Somebody said too much. Hell with Oprah. Okay, we're not going to read that about Oprah. Why are we watching this? What are we talking about, AK? Divorce is hell. Terry says, who cares? The outfit is cute, but she wants attention wearing that. Figure that out. Sit the hell down. Who cares? Where are we? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about Lauryn Hill? I don't know. The fluffy pillow video. She wanted the attention dressing like that. Who are we talking about here? We're talking about Nicki? Instagram is such trash. She's not normalizing herself. She wants attention. What are we? Are you guys talking about Lauryn Hill? AK says, okay, I get it. That video was probably an intermission. What? She's a smart cookie. She will pivot well. Who cares? She needs to handle her personal life. She's a mess, and who cares? Okay, well, you guys are going to be talking about Nicki. Thanks, Chads, because it's real over here in the U.S. So this is who cares? We have more things to concentrate on. Surely not the racist people. I don't feel sorry for them. Mars says, wait till Kristy. Oh, gosh. You're talking about Kristy. And oh, my gosh. All right. Okay. Sorry. Now I know you guys are talking about. Okay. Wait till Kristy finds out that she will barely have a social life as a working single mom. Teresa says, I agree. Terry, Candace is, I'm not going to read that. Candace went completely off the rails. She's crying because JD Vance is having another baby. That's funny. Howdy, Trent. Katie from West London. What up, Katie? Teresa says, why are we talking about her? Sonya Massey cop. Well, I'm coming to her. All right, you guys want me talking about Katie Scott? Noted. Lion US, I think maybe, and everybody else who did not liking this consent, you are more than welcome to stay and have a healthy debate, but nobody is forcing you to stay on this channel and comment. Thank you, Crystal. Gia, what up, Gia? Manhattan in the building. Yeah, I love how Crystal's just all talking to people like, listen, Crystal, I'm going to make you a moderator. You are free to leave at any point. Nobody's holding you hostage. Thanks, Crystal. Teresa said, I'm happy too. There's absolutely no excuse. I don't care. That's from Terry. Let's go, Terry. She needs to be canceled. Go, Nicki. Okay, now you guys are talking about Nicki. Sad girl. There's no excuse. They have state charges, not federal. Nicki, I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Explains a lot. Shaking my head in Brooklyn. He's not going to win. They will keep him in court until he goes broke. Talking about 50 Cent. People from Queens are different. So I'm talking about 50 Cent. He's a male escort. He was already paid for his services. But he says that he's been trafficked. Sounds like you got something to me. He's looking for money. Unfortunately, for mommy Barbie, that Trump's gold card was an executive order and not signed into law. Therefore, the next administration has the ability to reverse citizenship. Just saying. Damn. That's about Nicki Minaj. Somebody call me a clown. Terry says somebody says treat him like they treat women, like when they were escorts. If they put hands on them as an escort, he's not winning anything. He's getting nothing. Yeah, I don't think he's going to win in this Netflix thing at all. They're going to be really good. I love Lauryn Hill. She has another album. It didn't chart. Lauryn Hill had a second solo album? Huh? Somebody says shout out to the queen of rap. Somebody put some Trini flags. And I'm sorry, Trent. I know you are going to tell me to just ignore the negative comments. Please forgive me, but there is no reason we can't all have a healthy debate. No need for hate speech. For sure. If somebody's hating and going crazy, 100% report them. Terry says they're all the black we're gonna see perform at the Grammys. Oh, okay. You think that's the only black performances we're gonna see? Yeah, let's watch the Grammys from Crystal. Happy Friday, Out Louders. Emma, what up, Emma? Oh my gosh, I love the idea of live out loud watch party at the Grammys. Happy Friday, Eve, Emma. Yes, Mars. Emma says absolutely. Yes, I need to do my research. Boom, boom, boom. Pudding poppers, shaking my head. Hey, Crystal. One more day till the weekend. Clayton would very well have a case for Netflix misrepresenting his story, twisted his words for misrepresentation, a narrative, and not a full truth, possibly a case and win. Okay, if you think so, fair. That was so sad. That was from Tara said yes. I have my Spanish dip and bow tie pasta ready. That's Emma. Life of Secret says that case was heartbreaking. May she rest in peace. 1,000%. That video was crazy. The whole situation was crazy. She looks horrible, too skinny. Oh, is that you talking about Oprah? Wow, she's 72 years old, Oprah. Heck yeah, Emma. Bring that to the Out Louder barbecue this summer in Hint Trent. Yeah, we are definitely gonna have a barbecue. Her head is too big for her body. She needs to get off. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. No Oprah hate will be tolerated. Oprah needs a hamburger. Terry, you're funny. Tara, you're funny. Yes, I need a new computer now. Ugh. Hit that like button, y'all. Thanks, Crystal. Absolutely. Let's plan it. My summers are open. Teachers are off. Midlife, get Aura when you get a new computer. 1,000%. You're a teacher, Emma. What do you teach? I teach second grade. Oh, so cool. I love that. What is the most rewarding favorite part of your job? Crystal's my co-host, by the way. Like asking other people questions. I love that. Tara says, I know what to do, period. Crystal says, like my dad yells during his road rage, green light means pedal to the right. Facts. When students make connections, for example, fractions to telling time and the number line, skip counting, you should see their faces light up. That means jump all the way in and get all the green flags. I read the entire book. I'm extremely positive. I'm not needy and no one is perfect. When I approach red flags, I walk, but I'm not looking for one relationships. I'm a playa. All right, Tara. Love that for you. Emma says, it's the most amazing time. Great advice, T. When you are dating, try to keep an open mind, but of course, stay away from the big red flags. Facts. Undercooked meat, that's for your hamburgers. I know you guys would love that. My hamburger is ruined without cheese. Facts, I need cheese too, Emma. Real beef or turkey ruins my hamburger. I'm vegetarian. Tara, I like you. You're funny. Emma, that's rewarding. I love that. From Crystal. I have to have mustard on everything. Really? I'm not a big mustard person, but I get it. Soggy lettuce. Yo, Nikki, that's a good one. Soggy lettuce is the most disgusting thing ever. Anthony said, God bless Trump. Somebody says pickles. Ooh, not somebody. La Sheshe. Pickles. Ooh. Crystal says, I love my hamburger loaded. Me too. But the onions cooked between the beef and melted cheese is awesome. Totally agree with you. I could take raw or cooked onions. Midlife Secret says to 5080. Thank you. I will check the brand out. Big on Dell Business Computer Branding. Crystal said, Trent, you have ever had a Buffalo Blue burger that has buffalo sauce and blue cheese? Woo! I haven't, Crystal, but I would love to try it. Terry said, great show. Thank you, Terry. Sorry, I keep calling you Terry. Tara. Sorry. It's my dyslexia. Emma said, hey, Kim. Hey, Out Louders from Mars. Oprah is an Aquarius. Shout out to Aquarius. Hey, is her name? I think it's Teresa. Her birthday's tomorrow. Make sure you come here tomorrow. We'll sing happy birthday to you. My first time catching you live since your show went live. Hope you are well. Thank you very much. That is, hey, is this Minerva? Hey, Mind of Minerva. She did the painting for me. It's over there. I can't get up and get it right now, but hey, this is Mind of Minerva. Birthday Bay tomorrow. Jeez, my reading is so bad sometimes. My birthday is tomorrow too. Oh gosh, yo, my Jamaican princess. Yo, you both have to come here tomorrow. We're all gonna sing happy birthday to you, okay? They can't scrub Trump out them files. Facts, Tara. Trent, you did call it. You said we were going to get those damn Epstein files. You were right. So we weren't going to get those damn Epstein files. I told y'all from in December we weren't going to get those. Thanks for reminding me about that, Mars. Mystery says, hey, Trent, a UK tour would be great. Super down. Kim says, we are great people. Aquariuses. Yes, you are. Shout out to Mama. He must be rich with that comment. Not too sure exactly which comment exactly you're referring to. Exactly, Mars. I didn't understand why some people are still doubting Trent. He's been calling it and bringing the receipts to back it up. Thanks, Crystal. No, Trent, don't start with the yawning again. I knew that you were going to call me out for that, Crystal. Midlife. See, and now that we said it, oh my gosh. Sorry. When you wake up unexpectedly early in AM into prayer. Tara said, I sure hope you Trump supporters are rich. Own your cuz the rest of us are miserable. Oh my gosh, racist, please leave the chat. You're trying to survive and live peacefully. The world is really scary right now. It has to get better. Shayla said, definitely need mods. These comments need to be more demure. Well, you can see they're not around anymore. They come and they leave, but we still appreciate the discussion. Would definitely be a moderator if you need one. Thanks, Kim. Mars says, Trump supporters. Oh my gosh, my back hurts sitting like this. Trump supporters are here going after tea. You talk about freedom of speech, then when people talk freely, you jump on them. Totally agree with you, Mars. Mystery says, hey, Trent, you're right. If somebody does something wrong, what happens to arresting powers is better than unaliving somebody. Exactly. Shaylala said, I would gladly help as well. Thanks, Shaylala. Who are these horrible people? Exactly, Mars. The out louder queens are very protective of tea. Just call us tea angels. Hey, I like that. The tea angels. I love that. Tara says, why does ICE wear masks? They cowered a bunch of inhumane people. They're apparently not going to fund them if they continue. I think the things are going to be, gosh, sorry. I just read Crystal's comment yawning and now I'm yawning. Apparently they're about to partially shut down the government and no longer fund ICE unless they stop wearing masks, wear body cameras, and do some other stuff. So that might come along soon. Kim says, hey, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks, Kim. From UK, and Alex Pretti literally was just helping that lady. It was shocking. Thank you, Christine. Tara says, he don't deserve to be unalived. Totally agree. I saw that somebody tried to stop the memorial of Alex as well. Really? Oh, that's not true. I didn't hear that. Katie says, I'm not clear why the little 5-year-old boy's mother refused to have him. We don't know if that is 100% true. Tara says, it's too many racist, ignorant, insecure, evil people with no humanity. You're funny. Thank you, Trent. You are doing a great job bringing us the facts, and we love you. Thank you, Crystal. Tara says, we're not defending immigrants, but they don't deserve this treatment. It's cruel. Tez, you still here? Mystery says, someone said you should all go inside and shut the door and keep out of ICE agents. Agents' way, but that doesn't work either. ICE agents were dragging people out their homes. Very good point. Tara says, if they don't like what we're talking about, go somewhere else. It's pretty simple. That says, playing catch up, my sister had the nerve to be texting during Trent's live. Crystal laughed at Tez. Mars says, nobody abandoned their child. Read, listen to facts. Thanks, Mars. Brooklyn said, billionaires are stealing from the American people, yet these poor simpletons are claiming fraud in Minnesota. Randall says, what up, Trent from St. Kitts? Great show. What up, what up, what up? Thank you very much. Tara, you're hilarious. Oh my gosh, Tara is hilarious. Crystal says, oh, well, he's yawning again, and I need to put them back in misbehaving. I can't read. Yawning, it gets in my head and makes me yawn. Oh my gosh. Thanks a lot, Crystal. You held it down, Crystal. It's Tez. Jason, you're a lie, a joke, insecure, negative, a loser. Leave the chat. We don't want you here. Damn. Tara told you. Kim said respectfully. Okay, Trent, wake up, yo. Beautiful, more handsome than Aaron Pierre. Self up. Thank you very much, Des. And yes, I do got to wake myself up. Can I just get like 6 or 7 hours sleep? I don't know what's wrong with me. Mar says, Jason, excuse me. Before you get up from here and start attacking my friend, learn about your constitution. Read. It's easy to brainwash the uneducated. Damn, Mars coming with them shots. Tara said, you're so ignorant. They're being touted and detention centers. Randy says, Trent lives in Canada. Trent, live from Canada to St. Kitts. Keep up the good, real truth. Thank you very much, my brother. Teresa said that child has a wonderful lawsuit. His rights were violated. Tess says, ready. Crystal says, Trent didn't sleep. You have a dream about gynecologists. You're funny. Funny that in the I said gynecologist today again. I think it was in the Bill Cosby thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Crystal's gonna definitely say something about that. Tara said, it's not about deportation, it's cruelty and how they're going about it. Thank you, Tara. I wonder what the special word of the day is, Crystal. Facts. It's still gynecologist. Trent, stand up and stretch. Yeah, I'll be out of screen. You guys are hilarious. It's not about deportation. Teresa said the rudeness in the chat is unappreciated. Roll over to ABC and make nasty comments to their reporting. I'm just saying. Here, yeah, I'm gonna skip some of them here. Somebody, what's this? JD Vance's wife is an immigrant. Thank you. I was about to say that, and I didn't remember if it was her parents, but JD Vance's wife is an immigrant, and Trump's wife is an immigrant. Yes, you do, Tara. Respectfully, though, those people are being extra. Wow, extra. Crystal said, and yesterday Trent thought you were talking about him having mouth cavities. Yeah, I thought I was talking about me. Shaylala said, tell him Trent. Okay. Keep mispronouncing your name. Tara, we love you, Trent. You're that ish. Thank you so much, Tara. Mar says, we are all immigrants. If you're not indigenous, we are living on stolen land. Mar said that yesterday. That's facts. Nicki Minaj got 200 million followers strong, and your LGBTQ cannot cancel Nicki. I'm not sure about that. Pablo just wrote Drake. The girl in the grocery store. What's the peacock feathers going through the divorce? I liked that outfit. She was obviously doing it for the gram, right? Crystal, this is where we take a long inhale. Okay, hold on. Great show again. Thank you very much. Yes, I accept the job. I'll accept the job in seconds. Lauryn Hill's album is all acoustic. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. I remember that. Teresa says, Nicki is trying to save her family. She is doing what she has to do, whether we agree with her or not. He'll show up for your gig on time. Be professional. Facts. Watch party. I'm down. Spinach dip. Oprah is looking good. Teresa. Totally. Crystal. We got teas back. Teresa said, thanks, Crystal. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Teresa and Mars. Okay, let me just skip over this here. What are the updates on the Epstein files? All of them have not been released. Yeah, of course not. And Trump's never going to release those things ever. Trying another great show. I hope everybody had a great night. Always peace and love. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Correct, Teresa. And the last one. Oop, I skipped this one. Oops, wait. With the yawning, you're so funny. And then Shannon, hey, Shannon, what up? None of these politicians are doing a good job. We should demand they all resign. No parties or lobbying. And the last one is great job, President Trump and ICE and Nicki. Sucks that that's the last comment, but that's the last comment. All right, let me say my sign-offs, and then I'll come back if there's any last words. Thank you all for a great show and for tuning in. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of 3 things. While we are live, you can give back to the show by giving a super chat or a super thanks when we post this video. Do not forget to sign up to become an Out Loud member, and also don't forget the link below. Sign up for Aura today. Like Crystal just said to somebody who's getting a new computer, you don't want to surf the net unprotected, and it's absolutely free for 14 days. It can take all your information that it's out on the dark web off and keep you protected. All right. No more links, emails to you, and phone calls and text messages. Before I let you guys go, just want to remind you of 3 ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. The first one is on podcast platforms. We're available on every single one of them. So for those of you who like podcasts, go to any podcast platform, type in Trend Out Loud. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show, and we upload 5 days a week. Now, if you guys are like me and you like video, please head on over to YouTube, type in Trend Out Loud. 6 things I'm going to need you to do. Please hit that subscribe and like button like people have been saying in the chat. 3rd thing, please try to comment. I do the show with you guys. I do not do the show alone. You guys are my co-hosts. I love all of the live comments. We got the most comments of all times today, so thank you guys for that. But after you post a video, please continue the conversation. Now, for those who don't want to join in the conversation, I don't want you to feel pressured. But what you can do is comment the country or city that you are watching from. I love to sit down at night and go to bed. As you can see, I really don't sleep very much. So what I'll do is I look at all the comments, and I love to see how global the show is. So comment the country or city that you are watching from, all right? Fourth of all, please try to help us grow this platform by sharing this channel with your family, friends, and loved ones. Try to find like-minded people that like discussions. And also, sign up for the LM membership, and do not forget Super Chat and Super Thanks. Now, the third way to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show is new for 2026, and now we are streaming live 5 days a week around 5:30. We are streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. YouTube, we have 2 streams going, one for your phone and one for your laptop or TV. So one is vertical, one is horizontal. We're also streaming live on Twitch, Instagram, and Kick. So make sure that you keep up with us on any way you like to digest your content, podcast, video, or stream. Now, for those who want to follow me outside of the show, available on all social platforms. It's also the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. But please make sure you follow my new favorite part-time gig. Follow me on the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. I play some of the videos during the show. It's really fun for me to connect with you guys on the weekends, in the morning, lunch, and after the show. We play videos for you in its entirety. Some things we can't play for you fully here on YouTube. But I get to give you like little quick takes, and I get to see your comments, and it kind of helps me know what you guys are engaged with and what you guys are liking to put into the show, okay? So please make sure you follow the Trend Out Loud show, and also don't forget to comment over there too and like. You guys know how much I like conversations, all right? So that is it for today's show. Let me go in quick. I have 2 more comments. Mystery said, good night, Trent and the Out Louders. Midlife says, U.S. Mahogany County, Maryland. What up, Maryland in the building? Crystal said, thank you, Trent. We love and appreciate you. Happy Friday Eve from the Trent Angels. I love that name, Crystal. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, my homie Kim, good night, Trent, and the Out Louders. Yo, I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm so excited. We made it through another week, man. Friday is right around the corner. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.